All right, friends, we're doing things a little bit differently than normal. Welcome to the Stars Without Numbers charity. We're doing Make-A-Wish International. This is the Stars Without Numbers revised crew for the show Shipbreakers. They have generously donated their time tonight for our 2-hour session to instead be a night of terror. Yeah, I'm going to read through my little blurb here, but we should be noted our goal is to reach $250, and we're at $185 before the show's actually started. So that's good. That's good. I hope we can make it the rest of the way there. I'm desperately worried that we won't get any of the unlocks, and it's very important that people get unlocks for this. So let's begin. The curtain rises on a tale of terror. Hell is neither infinite nor ephemeral. It is other people. A trio of victims awaken aboard a crippled luxury liner. Their memories and equipment stripped from them as they struggle to survive. Their fate dances to the tune of the audience as those who have sponsored this soiree parcel out a pittance of hope, aid given by the devils who have placed you here. Our live audience shall take the place of these purveyors of panic, the merchants of mischief, the funders of fright, and assorted hooligans. Choose your favorites and choose wisely, for only one team can win the ultimate prize aboard the Prince Valdrinor, freedom. So, for a $1 donation, you can give a non-stacking +1 to a player's next roll. For a $5 donation, there are two options. You can have an additional person come into the scene, and there are sub-options for that. You can choose whether you want it to be a human, a robot, or a beast that shows up. I'll be making rolls to see how they feel about the party and what random NPC they are. So we could get something truly bad that is immediately hostile to the party. Or something pretty good that is friendly to the party. For the second option for $5, an object is immediately given to the player's Hunger Games style. When you choose this, you may specify gun, armor, and supply, and I'm going to roll from a list, and the players will have that option available, and whoever wants to can pick it up. I guess you could fight over it. For a $10 donation, you can reveal a sheet of character sheet information. So our three players, I'm going to tell them their characters' names, and that's the only thing they know about the characters. So for $10, you can reveal one of the following things. 3 of the 6 of that character's statistics. This option can be taken twice to get the full statistics list. A background, a class, and a focus. And for $25, you can draw from the encounter deck and immediately introduce a third hostile party into the situation. I didn't write the word hostile in there. Let me be clear. All of the encounter cards at $25 are incredibly hostile. There is no negotiating with these bad boys. So let's take a look at what we've got here so far. Dunamis, you have bought each player 5 ones, so everyone gets the next 5 rolls that they make, they get a +1 to it. 1 object per player, so we're going to do 3 item reveals, and you should probably message me and let me know whether you want those to be gun, armor, or supply objects. 1 reveal per player. You're gonna need. We're just gonna talk this out. You don't need to message me. We're gonna talk this one out, and then. Are you really sure you want to start with the hostile event card deck? Immediately, like literally the second you wake up.
Well, I was thinking that one you have liberty to decide.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. I'll let you get out the first room before I pop off on that one. How about that?
Very
Anonymous has donated $30 for 1 reveal for player as well. Interesting. I don't know who you are, Anonymous, so I'm going to randomly decide what the 1 reveal per player is. Let's set the stage to begin with. I'm going to send all of you your names in our cast channel on Discord. Dunamis, you are playing a man named JRPG. Kane, you are playing a character named Traum Richardson. And Ludeman, you're playing a character named Bruschetta.
I couldn't have dreamed for more.
That's so good.
The 3 of you wake up. You are in extremely fluffy, incredibly comfortable bathrobes. You are in this particular room up here. 3 beds are in a row along the right-hand wall. All of you are waking up. You're looking left and right. You see each other there. Bruce, you have slippers on your feet. The other 2 do not. And all of you can feel that there is something in the little pocket on your bathrobe. You also see that the bathrobe, you have to read it upside down, but it says the Prince Valdrinor First Invitational Cruise.
So the only thing that we remember is our names.
Correct.
I would like to look down at myself.
As you look down at yourself, you hear a sort of clacking sound, like the sound of I'm gonna go real wide on this throw. You know those little bird water feeders that when they fill up with water in Japan, they clack down and they make a noise when they hit the rock? It's a sound like that over and over again. And Traum Ritterson, well, no, let me see. How many reveals do I owe you? I owe you 2 reveals. Traum Ritterson, you recall people speaking in a different language than what you speak right now. In fact, it's very odd. You, even as you're remembering the scene, you think it's strange that you don't understand a language you recall speaking at one point. But your grandfather is with you. He's got you by the hand. He's leading you through a park, and you see someone drop out of the sky. They're wearing like plate mail made up of glowing blue holographic frames, and they have enormous wings of flame coming off them. They look angelic as they land, and people are going, "It's an Empyrean! An Empyrean's here!" And the Empyrean scoops up someone who is clearly having medical distress and is like, "Don't worry, citizens. I'm here to save you." And then whoo, Superman's up into the sky with it. And your grandfather looks at you, gets down on one knee, puts both of his hands on your shoulders and says, "Traum, one day you too can become an Empyrean if you work hard, you stay in school, and you don't do drugs." And Traum, you remember that you are a warrior. You wanted to one day grow up to be an Empyrean of the Empire. You have a separate memory. 15 years later, you're emaciated, sick, thin. Everyone around you is ignoring you and ignoring each other. They're all pale. All of you wear a sort of wrist device that has a number on it, a long number, 8 digits long. You've got in your hand a torch and various salvaging equipment. You look around. You're working on a jump gate. You're a technician now. But more importantly, you're a prisoner. You remember the day you were banished from the Empyrean and transported here into another sector for the glory of the Empire. Your boss comes over to you. "Hey, whatever your fucking number is, listen, we need somebody to grab a psionic, okay? Particularly anybody who's got skills, computer coding skills, precog, that'd be nice." No one wants to do it, so last one in, first one out. Takes a small knife, hands it to you, and hands you 100 credits. As this memory fades, you recall that your background is technician. You have the following focuses and skills. So because you're a warrior, you have the focus Die Hard level 1. You have 9 hit points. You have a stab skill of 0. And you have fix, exert, and notice 0. I'm sending you all of that on the Discord. We literally have taken no actions. Yeah, except to look around. So you have about half of a character sheet together. So the great news is because you have 0 in those skills, you don't have to roll a -1 in them anymore. And as long as you never learn what your statistics are, your number can't go down.
So you're saying if I donate to Kane's cause, I could sabotage it.
That sounds accurate.
Please don't do that. I don't know which of the two of you wants to do yours next. I don't know if you want to rock, paper, scissors for it.
Well, I think Jay would actually first look at Trom, then look at Bruce Chetta, not knowing if he actually knows his name.
You don't
And
know
wonder,
either of their names.
Why the hell does this guy get slippers?
Yeah, Bruce would be
I
wiggling
want-
his
I
feet
want
and looking
slippers.
at the slippers.
We
And so
cut
then
back
I'm
in time
studying him.
for JRG. You are walking along with a guy. He nudges into you and goes, "Hey, Muggsy, how's it going?" And you go, you know why they call me Muggsy Baloney?" And the guy talking to you goes, "Yeah, because you're always full of baloney, Muggsy." Muggsy, you keep walking along with the guy. You've got your hand on his shoulder. You're just walking him into a casino, sitting him down at the table, and he's like, "I'm telling you, Muggsy, one of these days we're going to be running this town." 2 of you play cards for a little while later. This fucking mook, this fucking idiot, he has no idea. Right when he is about to call, you see 2 of the casino guys that you've paid off show up. One of them puts a gun to his back, but it's close enough that no one else can see it. And the other one says, "Sir, I need you to come with me. Casino security needs to speak with you." And the 2 of them begin dragging this guy out back. His pile of chips left on the table. You, JRPG, flip the dealer a couple, leave some for the security guards, and have thousands of his chips over to yourself. Another mark solidly stolen from. And you discover that your background is criminal. And you have sneak, talk, and connect 0. We cut to a different time in your life. You are robbing a bank. You are wearing a mask to make it's 100% Mission Impossible. It's like a face mask that looks a little bit different than your own face. You look like the bank teller that should be working here. And you're speaking to another one of the tellers. You are so close to putting your USB drive into their computer, finishing the hacking, getting all of your authorizations done, downloading all of the data from here, and offloading everything, every credit in this bank outside of the reach of the Exchange of Light. And the woman that's there, she's like 60 years old. She's got blue silver hair, and she's just, "Oh, we don't do things that way, Mr. Savoy." You look down, your name tag says Gilchrist Savoy, and you hear yourself saying, "Now, again, I have to tell you, I know this is an unusual situation, but you can feel it. You can feel that you're failing to distract this woman just enough, but you feel a pair of dice in your head hit the table once again that you always feel in strange and unusual situations, right when you feel like you're about to fuck up. You bump your knee. The USB drive solidly interfaces with the computer. The woman is looking at your face and not at her terminal, where you can see that an automatic execute file is running. You could see everything in the background. If she turns around for even 1 second, you're so fucked. But you just start talking to her about your grandmother, and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Savoy, I didn't know that." I felt the same way about my mother as well. You don't remember remotely what you said to this woman. Just lines and lines of bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Gently, ever so gently, you drop something. You lean down to pick it up past this woman. You take the USB drive out. 100,000 credits, completely untraceable, off of the Exchange of Lights market. Just needs to be washed by somebody. JRPG, you're an expert. You have a specialist in talk, which means you can re-roll talk rolls. You have 7 HP, and you have a punch of 0.
Sounds like I also get to reroll 1, so. Maybe not.
I think that's diplomat for talk.
It is, but
Specialist is I believe specialist is just you get to re-roll the roll if you fail. Oh no, specialist is you roll
You roll
3d6 and you take the
D2.
best. Yes,
Yeah.
we cut
Sure, that'll come in
sideways.
handy.
Bruschetta, you're looking at these sandals on your feet, and you think you deserve these fucking sandals. You deserve this whole vacation. As flooding back into your mind, you remember you are an aid worker on Androphala. It is hard work that you don't nearly get paid enough for. You are sitting on a chair, like a plastic lawn chair, on top of a tower, looking out over a group of people who are using like small knives to cut into cases of water bottles, pallets full of rations. You lean down and you direct people as to where those things go, which trucks are going where, which villages should get what. You know, when people from planets that have wealth donate these things, they need somebody on the ground to coordinate the efforts of these particular things. They need someone who's willing to put in the work, not just a bureaucrat, but someone who can do it on the ground. You feel yourself wearing a sort of ghillie cap. You've got sunscreen. You're deeply tanned, even more tan than you are now on the Prince Valdrinor, and you recognize that your background is a worker. You have work 0, connect 0, and exert 0. We cut again, even earlier in your life. Working your way up the ladder, you're one of those guys that's down there, and people are shooting at you. You are riding in the shotgun seat of a truck that has so much water in the back of it, dashing across Androphala. The driver is coked out of his mind. He literally is shooting himself up with amphetamines right now to stay awake. There's a bullet wound in his shoulder. He's looking at you. He goes, Bruce, it's not good, man. Fucking Warlord Shavaz, he's on to us. What do you got? You got a gun? You got anything to me? And you're just like, okay, calm down. Calm down. We can do this, okay? We just stay on the road. Stay on the road. You slap the man in the face as his eyes start to close. You're zooming. You're zooming. You can feel the truck starting to fishtail. You're almost about to roll. You crank the handbrake, and just to keep yourself from rolling, you stop, and 3 technicals with laser guns on the back. We're not talking machine guns like the current age. These are big laser cannons that are going to slice your vehicle in half. As men of all sizes and shapes begin getting off the back, laughing at you and waving machetes around. And you recognize that you have the focus of being a wanderer, which means not only do you have the survive level 0, but you can convey basic ideas in all languages. And you can always find free transport to any destination, as long as you are willing to take strictly less than legitimate means. Okay, let's see what else we got here. That's the 2 reveals for everybody. I'm gonna hold on the encounter yet. Let's see. We have a $50 donation that says, wish I could have seen Minerva and Van V kiss in the cultural war room. Okay, thank you for that.
We know who that is.
Soundwaves Ghosts says, let's go +1 armor for each player. Okay, I'm going to roll on the armor tables, and we'll see what armor piece each of you is going to find very shortly. You know what? I'm going to ask you guys to roll for your own armor pieces so that no one can say that I was being biased. How about that? How does that sound?
What do you want me to roll?
Hold on. Listen. There's a lot of notes that go down with this thing. Okay. It is a 1d16. I'm going to straight up tell you that higher is better for sure. Okay, Van V, you all are getting up, and you see out of the ceiling in front of you, like holes open up, and 3 suits of armor appear at the foot of your bed. Oh God, what is the name of your character, Dunamis? JRG.
Jay.
You have a piece of Vestamentum powered armor,
Nice.
which is tech level 5, so it's ancient technology power armor.
Oh man.
Very
It is ceremonial armor, so it looks a lot like the Empyrean armor that we just saw earlier. It looks like ancient plate armor sort of deal, but it has AC 18, so it's literally meant to block like autocannon rounds.
That's pretty good.
You're supposed to be able to eat missiles with this stuff.
Thank you,
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Let's see here. Again, I'm having so much trouble remembering everybody's character names, even though I'm literally the one who made them up.
Bruce
That's
Chetta.
like
Bruce Chetta.
Like, yeah, Bruce.
Bruce Chetta, you have a combat field uniform. So this is standard issue military armor. It's what you would be expected to wear into the field if you were like an average soldier. So a blade of coatings, rigid plates, tech level 4, shock absorption. It fits well. It seems like it's sized for you perfectly, actually. Our good man, our Trom Ritterson, you're so desperate to be a knight, so it's no surprise that you have a Force Pavis, which is a TL5 shield. So it gives you an armor rating of 15 or a +1 bonus if you're wearing armor that's better than that.
What's my thing's armor rating?
Your combat field uniform is a 16. It is a Force Pavis is a small pre-tech force disc projector that absorbs small arms fire. So it's literally like a small attachment that goes on top of your prisoner collar if you still were wearing it, which you are not. So you just slap it onto your arm and it remains there, and like a hexagon-shaped orange shield appears in place.
All right.
Feels good. It feels right. Okay, now I'm gonna check to see what other things have happened since then. Maybe we're caught up. We are caught up now.
Did Dunamis also buy an item for each of us?
Oh, did he? Hold on.
I think so.
Yes, one object per player. Oh, yes. I need you to reveal what type of object you'd like for everybody.
You know, when you said earlier I should message it to you, I was totally going to be like, supply for those two and give me a gun. But
you can still do that right now if you want to. They'll just know that you did that.
Guilt will get me. So,
Guilt.
Oh, come on.
I think each of us will get a supply item. In order to get weapons, someone else is going to have to.
Okay. Oh, wow. Are you holding the audience hostage? All right,
That
audience.
doesn't sound like me. That sounds like James.
We're throwing down in chat just in case you need any more information about how this is all working. I'm going to ask each of you to roll on supply in just a second once I get the chart back up. So, I mean, supply's a pretty mixed bag here. You could get some interesting stuff, or you could get total crap. You know, I don't know that radios are going to be as useful here as...
The only radio, no one else to talk to.
Yeah, just one radio.
Extendable pole so I can poke things.
I need each of you to roll a d6 to start with.
Oh, no.
Okay, Kane, I need you to roll a d10. And V, I need you to roll another d6. And Ludeman, I need you to roll another d6. Kane, you have a data phase tap, which, if I'm recalling, is something you use for hacking. I'll double check on that. Van Dorn, you find a field radio.
Nice.
Ludeman, you have a solar power recharger, which you can plug things into in order to recharge. So you plug batteries into it to recharge a battery, which is then placed in an object.
So we don't have a battery, but I got a charger.
Yes, you have the charger. You don't have the battery to go with it. That's correct.
It's hilarious.
Okay, so solar recharger unfolds into a 2x2 meter square field of solar cells.
I brought that back.
It can recharge a 1 type A battery cell per day. This is a cursed object. It will be of no use to you.
I intend to use it as a battering ram.
You have it. Okay, so
Probably mobile cover.
JRPG, you have a field radio with no battery in it. It requires a single type A power cell. If it had one, you could get months of use out of it. It has a maximum range of 30 kilometers. If you have the programming 0 skill, which none of you do right now, as far as you know, you can use the short range functionality to communicate with a prepared target. Like you can send a message directly to a location. And a data phase tap is a handheld device that is illegal to possess outside of data line repair technicians. It can detect data lines within 5 meters through up to 10 centimeters of ordinary walls and can generate an energy manipulation field that allows tapping into a data line for hacking purposes without physically damaging the wall. Nikolai Tesla would be very happy.
Well, that sounds actually potentially useful at some point.
I mean, this is how randomness works. Sometimes you get something that's good.
I'm excited.
So, audience, thank you so much. We have actually passed our funding goal. So thank you for that.
Nice.
We're now going to get to the part where everybody gets real messed up. If you are a Make-A-Wish kid, stop watching at this point. We're going to start using adult language, and these guys are going to be in an adult situation. Go to sleep. All of you are getting your items. You're getting this armor. It's so weird that you wake up and like these things are being thrown at you. You have no idea who each other are. You've for some of you, especially with the power armor, you have to take your bathrobe off. You are fully naked inside of your vestimentum. For the rest of you, you're like holding a force shield, walking around with a data link with a bathrobe.
Oh my god!
Like I turn on the shield and then turn it back off and look around the room and say, "Who the fuck are you guys? And where are we?"
I don't think your slippers would fit in my armor.
Yeah, well, probably not. Name's Bruce. Bruce Cheddar. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
I'm JRG. What's your name?
Did you guys kidnap me or some shit?
I was going to ask you the same.
No, definitely wasn't me.
As you're talking, the 4 walls you can see in the lower left-hand corner that there a doorway opens, and against the southern wall, an empty closet opens out of the flat 15 by 15 box that you find yourself in. You smell the smell of toast and like warmed butter and also blood. You hear a noise. Boom.
Can we tell if, or can Jay tell if the blood smell is coming from closet or doorway?
Well, you're sealed inside power armor, so I don't even know if you could smell it.
Can Bruce make a survive roll to know some detail about the smell?
Yeah, of course. Please go ahead.
What do I roll?
Well, you have a 0 in survive, and you don't know what stats you have, so you're rolling a 0. 2d6.
So 2d6 plus 0.
2d6 plus 0. You're going to want a minimum of 6 here. More is better. Is that a 5?
Not gonna cut it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 5.
I mean, listen, you've smelled a lot of blood in your time. You smelled way more blood than the average human ever should.
Mm.
You don't know how you know that. But you're not some sort of medical worker. You don't draw any conclusions from the smell of blood.
Just a lot of blood. Smells familiar.
Can I would like to try to roll notice.
Okay.
To try to listen for danger in either direction and maybe see if the spells are coming from the same directions.
Sure. You peek around the corner a little bit. You get a look into the next room. It feels like you woke up in a hotel room in a suite, and you see that the next room, just peeking around the corner a little bit, is like a receiving room plus like a kitchenette. And there's like a little toaster there. There's no toast in it right now. You also see that there's a little bit of blood leaking under the door that assumably leads to the outside. And it's not like it's fresh blood. It's that there's so much blood on the other side of the door. It's pressuring its way through.
What about the closet?
The closet is completely empty and smooth. You get in there, you're like, what's going on in here? There's not even like a thing on the wall that says like, please return your towels or something.
There's no like bar to hang clothes.
No bar, no hangers, completely empty.
Okay. Trom looks at the other two and says, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know where we are. I don't know anything. But I do know that there's deep enough blood outside of our room that it's pressing up against the door and squirting through underneath. You two don't know anything about what's going on here?
No. Did you say blood?
Yeah,
Hold on.
look.
That
Take
don't
your
freak me out that
giant
much for
armored
some
head and
reason.
look over at the door.
If there's blood in that direction, I think Jay
Let's
is
go
going to
take
go
a look.
over to the closet and try to like kick down the wall of the back of the closet.
Okay. I would like you to roll exert. You don't have exert, so it's at a -1. You're going to need a, let's call it 10, to kick through a solid wall.
Does his power armor help him at all with
And
this?
I'm picturing like Fallout power armor, which is probably a bad idea in my head.
Again, this is a solid spaceship wall. It's not meant to be kicked through. Yeah, you start kicking, and you immediately learn that like just because your boots are super hard doesn't mean your own foot isn't slamming into it. And you and now you're like your right big toenail, you've like bent it a little bit, and it's getting into your skin, and you're like you're like, oh man, am I bleeding in there? Am I bleeding into my own super boots?
Oh god, that really hurt. If only I had a slipper to help stop the bleeding. Gosh. All right.
Do you guys remember anything at all? I don't know anything. I don't know.
Definitely have no idea how I got here.
Listen, all I know is my jammy on the inside of this suit says Prince Valdrinor upside down. That's about all I got.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
Any other way out of this room?
I mean, you've got power armor, right? I mean, are you some kind of soldier or something? You too. That looks like a military uniform.
I would say I'm definitely not a soldier. I do not have a noble background, you would say.
You know, I'm more familiar with logistics.
What's your
as far
background?
as
Are you
I
a soldier?
know.
Are you a soldier? Because you've got like a little hacking kit there.
I don't know. I
You
don't
know
remember.
what?
I don't remember anything.
I bet we should trade. I mean, a soldier like yourself, you should probably have this radio. Here, let's trade.
I'm not a soldier. I don't remember anything.
We should still trade.
Why don't you take that power armor and go check that door? I'm gonna go find something to stand on.
See the boot thing in the door? I mean,
Yeah,
The door's the only thing in the room, right? Like the
doors
only
are
way out.
supposed to open.
Yes.
Walls aren't supposed to open. All right,
Yeah.
homie.
well, when I'm
Y'all, I'm
in-
just gonna go open this door. Let's do it.
I'm gonna go find like the kitchen counter or something, and I'm gonna hop on top of it and squat. It's just like we'll wait to see what happens.
Okay. The two of you without Jay move into the next room. as you do, you can see that there is a series of like a couch, small table, and then like a larger table with 4 chairs around it, a holovision suite. The noise you were hearing before of the thumping is the refrigerator door is loose and is almost closing and then swinging wide, hitting the wall, damaging the wall, and then swinging back. There is a toaster, like one of those knife blocks, a cooking area set, like a kitchenette, like a drawer full of silverware, some glasses, and some pitchers with a sink. There is additionally another door that leads further to the left. Over
There
here.
are knives in the
We're
knife
just gonna
block.
go check out.
There are knives in the knife block.
I'll grab a knife out of the
Okay,
knife
grab a knife.
block.
Okay.
I'll grab a chair and like hold the chair in front of myself.
Okay. You can
I
write
will
that you have
grab
a
a-
primitive knife.
I will grab a bigger knife from the knife block while watching you take your knife.
Okay. You can also write that you have a primitive knife.
Maybe
Bigger
Bruce isn't
primitive
going
knife.
to pass up a knife. He gets probably the smallest one though.
When you guys are going for these knives, as described, Kane's character Trom is standing on the kitchenette set. So he's crouching there like a gremlin as you reach past him and pull a knife
Excuse me,
out.
I just would like one of those as well. It seems.
And again, the only thing he's wearing is a bathrobe.
So like
Just
you guys
flapping
have put
open.
on you got the
Just,
armor,
sir,
you've got your
I
military
just really
uniform.
wish they had given you a complete set of clothes.
Yeah, I mean it's only tied around my waist, so I'm just sitting there like dangling while I squat. So you're like
In the breeze.
Full commando. Yes.
Yeah. Look, when there's blood coming out from under the door, I don't give a shit what you see. All right, are you gonna open that door?
You do you.
Can I see if there's
I'm not
anything in the
judging.
fridge?
You open the fridge. There is inside, there is, imagine a birthday card, but then placed so that it faces downwardly. And inside it says compliments of the chef on the card. But that's just on the side you can see. Of course, you can pick it up and open it. And then there's a backside as well.
I will poke it. I'll flip it up with the knife to
Okay.
remove it.
You flip it up. You see inside it says, to whoever reads this, I am offering your freedom in exchange for the death of JRG. You've screwed me over for the last time, Jay.
Just to check that you're reading that to my own character. That's correct.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I'll pick it up and immediately rip it in half, and then keep ripping it until it's shreds of little paper.
Yeah, I get you're annoyed, but go check the door. You're the one wearing the power armor.
For any chance,
Making some
you guys
confetti.
don't go by Jay as well, do you?
No. Bruce.
Dude,
Bruce.
I don't even know, man. You introduced yourself, so I don't know. I doubt I have the same name you do.
You hear a knock at the door, and you hear a voice say, "Hello, is anyone there?"
Who's there?
Bruce is dropping into the.
Can I ask you, Dunamis, to roll 2d6? And let's say Ludeman, can you roll a d6?
What is this? How's your T6 beat my 2D6? What up with that?
It is I, your robot butler. I've come for turn down service.
We're good.
Please, I insist, open the door.
Hey, Trow, why don't you go open the door? Why don't you open it?
He's just sort of like with his non-knife hand gestures at the bathrooms. Says, fuck you, you go. Yeah, power armor.
You'll
You go
move
the door."
quicker. You're unencumbered.
Oh, sure. Why don't we have the guy in the fucking super suit go do it?
I feel like you're singling me out with my suit here. I don't know how it got here. Just like I don't know why you ain't got no skivvies on, but
He seems a little more discoordinated than you do.
all right. Am I letting this thing in, or am I just gonna bop it on the head when it comes through?
Open it up.
I don't know. Here, and I hand you the chair. Just go crazy. I don't know.
I think when you hand him the chair, he goes over and he wedges the chair into the door. He goes like this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if it thinks it's coming in here to do whatever the fuck it thinks it's doing, and there's blood coming up from under the door, and it doesn't seem to notice that, I don't want that in here too.
Isn't
Sorry.
blood under a different?
I heard you say that there's blood under the door. Do you require cleaning services?
No.
No way. Oh God.
There's another door over here. I'm gonna check this door.
You know, at
Yeah,
this
we're
point,
going there.
Please,
buzzing
open the
is
door.
annoying me.
I'm here to help.
I'll move the chair and I'll open the door.
Bruce is
I'm
following
getting ready to
Trom.
like drop a like a fist on its head.
I need you to understand that this door is about 7 feet tall and like a solid, like would you say like 18 inches wide. It's also, you know, it locks on your side. It's like a ship's door on like a destroyer or something, or like a modern cargo vessel. The thing on the other side of the door is fully incapable of entering this room. It's about 12 feet tall. It's shaped like a Marauder from Battletech, and it has 2 giant plasma cannons for arms. And it appears to be hitting your call button with one of the plasma cannons. Its arms turn inward to point directly at you as you open the door. You're getting ready to stab it, and it goes. Before I say what it does, I want to just thank Tice real quick for rolling up this random encounter for you guys. Sir, I see that you're trying to stab me. Please, I must insist that you not damage merchandise aboard this vessel.
Shut the door.
Before you shut the door, you can see that at where you've opened, you probably can't shut the door very quickly because a pile of human intestines has fallen against the door into your room. These intestines, the blood is drying. It's more than just sticky. It's getting old, and something disgusting leaks out of them. The hallway that this thing is standing in is a river of blood, and you can see that something has been dragged in the carpet behind this warbot in the direction of your right, its left. Ah, I see that your room is, you're trying to shut the door, and it sticks its plasma cannon in, and there's no chance you're gonna shut the door with it
That
there.
happens, I'm booking it to the other door, and I don't care if I run someone over in the way.
So you want to go
told
back
you
to
not
the
to open
bedroom?
it.
Are you going back to the bedroom, or are you going to the third door, which no one has opened yet?
Third
Okay,
door.
you're opening the third door. You open into a flat 10 by 10 metal cube that has a drain in the floor. When you enter, a sink pops out of the wall, and like a shower faucet comes from above, and like a little toilet comes out of the wall. It's all very like futuristic space age.
But no exit.
Oh,
No exit.
it's just the bathroom.
The plasma arm sweeps to open the door and is now just. You guys are constantly being policed by this gun. Like, it's just going over you over and over again. Please allow me into your room. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm supposed to serve you. Let me in.
I guess.
We dart
Trom,
around
can't
it.
you go use that hacky thingy you got and go, hack that thing?
Warning,
Come
hacking
on, grow
company property. And you see the gun.
Found out in your previous life, you're a fucking lawyer. Get out of the bathroom.
The gun stops going back and forth, and it locks on you, Trom. Hacking is against company policy. I must ask you to turn over any illegal electronic equipment immediately. Please place it in my hand. There is no hand. There's only the barrel of a gun.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't he's not having it out pointing it. It's probably stuffed in one of his fuzzy pockets.
Bruce would toss the solar thing at it. There you go. This is illegal.
It lands on its gun cannon arm. It pulls its gun cannon arm back out and goes, interesting. I'm afraid that I seem to be suffering from a technical malfunction. I can't make it into your room. Just know, there is a Jell-O and table tennis party happening on the other side of the deck. We're waiting for you there. Please enjoy the christening of the Prince Valdrinor. I'll see you when you get there," as it turns and begins walking to your left down the hall.
Is that the direction that the thing was dragged?
No, the opposite direction. And you hear occasionally you hear the sounds of like wet human organs being smashed.
What the fuck?
Hold on, I think Tice donated again, so.
All right. What?
Dude,
You two, neither one of you
there's-
have any clue what's going on?
there's
mean,
fucking
I
guts in the
assume-
hallway.
I assume you don't, because you just threw
People
whatever
are
your electronic
dying
was.
here.
You're sitting in
Bruce is gonna peek his head out.
bathrobe.
King, can I ask you to roll 2d6? And Dunamis, can I ask you to roll a d12?
Oh no. Why couldn't I roll like I usually do?
on.
Why can't I roll like he does?
You want low numbers?
I don't know.
You hear somebody call out and say, "Muggsy? Is that fucking you?" Someone creeps around the corner. Their skin is pale. They have dark circles under their eyes. They're missing a few teeth. They're wearing like a Victorian era suit that's got like a huge claw slash over it that you could see like they've bled out onto their shirt. This person is half dead and he goes, "Muggsy, hey, it's me, Greg. Muggsy. Oh, I'm so glad to see somebody else from the Trinity Corporate Alliance here. How you been, man? Hey, listen, I woke up here a couple hours ago. I don't know what's going on. I'm fucking losing blood. Can anybody help me here?" And then he falls forward and he starts going into shock and shaking.
I will
Is it-
go over to
Either of
him.
you know who the fuck Muggsy is?
Uh,
Is this a nickname one of you
not
guys
me.
have?
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
This guy's dying on the floor while you talk.
I'm like running.
Bruce would go to
Kind of
try to
running
help,
over
I
to
guess. Put pressure.
Based off what I know about my character so far, I would search him.
Bruce is an aid worker right now. That's all I know. So he's coming
Yo,
in. He's putting
yo.
pressure on the wound at least.
Is that for real though? Oh, be careful. He might just fucking shank you, man.
You check this guy.
I'm good.
You know
He
this
has-
guy?
You start. So while you're working aid on him, Bruce, you're watching somebody expertly pat this man down and run out his pockets.
Sir?
Come on, give me something. Come on, Greg. Something here.
He has- All he has on him is like a classic Skyrim style lockpick set.
All right. This could work. Thank you,
Okay.
Greg. Appreciate that.
You can mark down that you have a set of lockpicking tools. Okay, I'm going to need a roll from you to help this person. Let's see here. Mortally wounded creature, blah, 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 blah. Int heal or dex heal, using the better of the two. Well, the good news is you don't know what your int or dex
Yeah,
are.
I have none of that.
You also don't have the heal skill, and you don't have any specialty medical tools. So the great news is that you have a -1 on this, and you need to hit a 10. So you need an 11 on the dice to save this man's
Do
life.
it.
Come on,
Greg,
we need
I
bait.
believe
Save
in you.
him.
You're gonna make it.
He dies immediately on the spot.
Well, I guess you aren't some kind of fucking doctor, huh?
Greg, he expired.
Right. Well, we got
You still have not set 1 foot outside of your cabin.
Oh, I wanted to peek my head out and look
I
left
will.
and right.
I will
Excellent.
pick
I'm so glad. Can you roll a d6 to see which of the event cards, which are hostile and immediate, are drawn? You can thank Dunamis for this one.
Oh, it got another donation.
Oh, did we go? Okay, hold on. Let me go
You're gonna
double
start
check
giving
here.
us Weapons now.
It's right there. Yeah, that's what we get.
It was a $15 donation from Dinky Dan. Dinky Dan, if you let me know which of the menu options you wanted to pick, we'll throw that in here. Okay, so you Honestly, this is a pretty good encounter for you. You stick your head around the corner and you get punched in the face immediately. A guy in a bowler cap who's got the cool 80s, early 90s S on it, on his shirt, comes around the corner. He goes, "Oh, Mr. Baloney, you think you can skip out on your debts?" And he pulls out a 9mm pistol, and 2 other goons step behind him. Now, basically, like, Ritter is on the counter with a knife in a bathrobe, and 3 men enter. 2 of them have like broken chair ends as like clubs, and this guy's got like a 9mm pistol that he's pointing around. He sees this gremlin immediately to his right, and he gestures with the gun. And he's like, "I don't know who the fuck you are, but how about you put the knife down and you get on the fucking ground right now, okay?"
While he's saying that,
He doesn't point it at the guy who stuck his head out the door?
I mean, he punched the guy who stuck his head out the door and forced him back in.
I'd like to pick up Greg's body with my body armor and use it as a shield and ram this new guy with the gun.
Yeah, Bruce would go for the low wrestling maneuver, shoot for the leg.
Okay.
Well, you guys, as soon as you guys start moving, I want to just fall backwards off the counter. So I'm out of
Gremlin, just gremlins. I
I'm
guess.
just gonna
I like-
gremlin my way out of this.
I like
Okay.
my best stat is like sneak and talk, and I'm in power armor.
I'm gonna need a punch from Mr. Power Armor. I'm gonna need a punch from Go for the Legs here, real quick. So 2d6 plus your strength, which you don't know.
I don't know, and I have no punch.
You have no punch.
So I'm just -1, right?
Yep.
I have punch 0. Oh man.
Okay, you
It's
both
kinda
fail.
bad, but-
So I want you to imagine that you pick up Greg and you try to charge forward with him, and he just weighs so fucking much.
The intestines on the
You're
floor.
in power armor, but it doesn't make you stronger. The power armor is also heavy. It has weight itself, and you're charging forward, and you collide with a dude, and he pushes you off, and then he's getting ready to basically just beat the shit out of you with the stick. You go for the guy's legs, Bruce. You basically try to collide with him. He jumps back twice and puts a gun to your head. Before I see what they do, Tice, I believe, has initiated yet another person. He wants another robot. So who do we leave off on? Ludeman, you're rolling 2d6, and then Kane, you are rolling a... hold on.
Yeah, we haven't been using our +1s. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. You could choose to use them at any time. Kane, you're rolling a d6.
Did I have to roll?
Yes, you're rolling 2d6 with nothing to it. Behind these 3 men, you see something that looks like a claptrap robot, except it's much larger. It's like human sized, and it's got 2 wheels instead of 1. It's almost like Transformers, right? It's got like 2 legs, and each leg ends in a wheel in a way that looks incredibly uncomfortable. So it's constantly moving to stay balanced. It also has an enormous wrench that seems comically oversized. And it says, "Hey, gentlemen, looks like you're having trouble with some ruffians there. Do you require help?"
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I would like you to roll talk with your charisma bonus, which you don't know.
I hope y'all love this.
Very nice.
Nope, I'm not getting involved in this.
Wait, hold on here. Hold on. Come on back.
He doesn't. He hasn't left yet, but he also is not coming back.
Throw the wrench.
Kane, you have removed yourself from the situation by physically separating yourself from everyone else. So the 2 guys with sticks are now going to do a beatdown on Mr. Power Armor, and then the guy with the gun is going to shoot Bruce.
We'll see what happens.
So the good news is that you have an AC of 18 because you're in power armor. Because you don't know your dexterity. You don't know whether you have more or less to that. And the better news is that these guys are really bad. So they're kind of luck shotting. However, the second one does in fact hit you with the stick. The worst news is that because it's a stick, it deals 0 damage to your power armor. Your power armor is TL5. He hits you with the stick, and you're like, I can barely feel anything.
Wait.
I just hear a ping, ping, ping.
There's a very solid chance that Lunaman is about to die, by the way.
Well, hopefully he's bad at the in-close shooting. Don't you get a penalty?
It's funny because he's actually the more skilled character here. He's the boss. Okay, so no, he shoots you.
I'm rolling around. I'm getting shot.
You're getting shot. So hold on. I need to see how much a regular pistol does. You have a combat field uniform, so you will still take damage from this. It's not a primitive enough weapon, like it's not a stick or anything like that. Semi-auto pistol deals 1d6 plus 1 damage. You could conceivably instantly die from this. You don't. You take 3 points of damage, and as he shoots you, it doesn't actually hit you. You're just rolling around on the ground, and you hurt yourself in the process, jerking out of the way of... And he's like, stop fucking moving! Just die, okay? I gotta earn my ticket out of here!
Any
I'm breakdancing.
Here's the tableau. Let me just stop.
Okay.
Kane is on the other side of a counter. You are on the floor being shot at. Muggsy Baloney, aka JRG. You have come running out of the bathroom with a dead man's body, which you have dropped on the floor. 2 people are hitting you with sticks, and you're just standing there like, okay, this is nothing to me. And there is a repair robot with a comically oversized wrench standing in the doorway that's turning away to leave. Now, hold on, because there's been even more donations.
I made an attempt to try to save.
I need a weapon.
The chaos is so much fun.
Okay. Soundwave says he wants a beast to complicate the scene and a weapon for Kane.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'll take a weapon.
Hold on. Okay. I need you to roll a d20, Kane, and you definitely want to roll higher. You absolutely want to roll as high as possible. He's 16. Kane, you have rolled backwards, and from the you're laying on your back, and you see the ceiling in front of you open up as a giant fucking plasma gun falls down basically on your face. God. You bench press catch it. You have a plasma projector, so it deals 2d8 damage, which is enough to basically kill any of you very easily. It is a longer range than you could possibly hit in this, and it shoots with Dex. It has 6 rounds inside of it. So plasma projector is, however, 2-handed, but the good news is that your force Pevis doesn't require you to use a hand, so you can technically use it. It fires a beam of magnetically shaped plasma.
Fire.
Okay. I think Kane was the last person to roll for enemies, so Dunamis roll 2d6 and Ludeman roll... hold on.
I was hoping for a slingshot, but this is way better.
Yeah, this is much better than a slingshot. Oh, boy. All right. Ludeman, you're rolling a d8.
Yeah.
And Dunamis, you're rolling 2d6.
Can I use a +1?
Yes, and you almost certainly want to. Because Ludeman rolled way too high.
Matched it.
Okay. You have summoned to the battlefield what is called a terrifying apex predator. It has 8 hit dice, so it has 48 hit points.
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Wait, was that sound waves or mine?
That's Soundwaves. I haven't even gotten to yours yet.
Oh boy.
What did you do?
Okay, so hold on. There's so many people in this encounter, I need to start writing down who's here.
Who's alive?
So, worker robot with wrench, terrifying apex predator. Okay, so worker robot with wrench. I'm just going to tell you the 2d6 is how they feel about you. So the worker robot feels good about you.
Yeah.
But not the best. The terrifying apex predator. feels neutral towards you and will eat you or anyone else.
This is good.
Okay, the 3 of you and the 3 Trinity Corporate Alliance goons. And now I'm going to go look at what Dunamis has summoned to the battlefield. Okay, Dunamis has written he wants 1 more background per person and 1 weapon per person and 1 random beast.
God.
Dunamis, who would you like me to start with backgrounds for?
Let's do Mr. I just got a big fucking gun.
Traum.
Traum.
We cut back in time once again. This plasma detector falls into your hands. You have a gun in your hands in this memory. You're a teenage boy. You're still kind of feeling out your newly sizing body. You're super aggressive. Just doing dumb stuff with your friends. You know, you're just a few days away from being accepted into the Empyrean Academy. Whether or not you become an Empyrean Knight or not, that's years down the line, but you got through the door. And then you and your friends ended up drinking, doing some drugs, just letting loose. You're all days away from getting into the life. 2 of them are dead now. You're shooting at somebody in Empyrean lands next to you, picks you up and starts squeezing you in one hand. You feel so small as you learn that you have the focus Die Hard again. So you actually have Die Hard level 2. So if you would die and be reduced to 0 hit points, you instead, 1 time, go back to 1 hit point.
No complaining about your bathrobe anymore.
Yeah.
Did that reveal any skills with that?
Well, it revealed one of you. It revealed the focus that you started with, which was Die Hard.
Okay.
But because you got Die Hard as part of being a warrior, you now have Die Hard level 2. Oh,
Okay.
this guy he wants more skills. It's not good enough that he can't die. And because he's the warrior class, he can already say, if I take an attack, it actually is reduced to 0. So he has 2 get out of jail free cards, and it's not good enough for him. He's like, oh, do I get a skill? No, you don't get a skill. You get whatever I give you. You get what the audience pays you for, and you'll like it. Jay, you recall shaking a hand of a man. You told him your name's James Ford, and he's shaking your hand. He says, James, I have to tell you, I really appreciate you going in on me with this thing. The Prince Valdrinor is going to be the best event I've ever had. I'm telling you, gathering up criminals, the dregs of society, drug users, putting them all in one ship by tricking them and saying they want a vacation package, and then having them all kill each other. And then our backers pay to have them watch each other get murdered. It's brilliant, buddy. It's so brilliant. And he puts a hand on your shoulder and he jabs you with a needle. And he says, if you hadn't tried to cut me out, I wouldn't be doing this to you, Mr. G, JRG. And as you're going to the floor, you see, he says, don't worry. You won't remember any of this, Jay. But I'm going to look forward to watching you on the cameras.
So I don't know what that guy's name was. What would it?
You do well. You do know that guy's name. It's just not relevant to this situation.
Okay.
You have learned that you have the foci authority, which means you have the lead 0 skill. You gain lead as a bonus skill, and once per day, you can make a request from an NPC who is not openly hostile to you, rolling charisma leadership check against the NPC's morale score. If you succeed, they will comply with the request, provided it is not harmful or extremely uncharacteristic. Wild that the exact moment you need this skill, it comes into play. Absolutely unhinged.
Just
Yeah,
don't,
and I said
don't
I
whiff
did
the
this to
roll.
save Ludeman, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What have I revealed about you, Liederman? You don't know your class, do you?
I do not.
Okay. We cut to you. You are receiving a bag on a table that is filled with loose pill containers, filled with credits that have been rolled up and stuffed in there, 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s, 20s. The man across the table from you has like 6 fake teeth that are fully gold, covered in tattoos, dark skin. He's got a machete that he slammed into the table, and 2 of his men nearby have like old style projectile rifles that are like looking around and making sure no one else comes in this shitty tent. And the warlord across from you goes, "So, Mr. Cheddar, you've chosen the right path, making sure that aid gets to those who need it. And now I'm making sure this aid gets to you. I hope you enjoy your vacation to the black hole system. I hear that Omura 9 is very nice any time of year." As you come to recognize that you are a corrupt aid worker. Bruce Cheddar, you are an adventurer, half warrior, half expert. You have a bunch of extra focuses as a result, and you also have a +1 base attack bonus because of all that junk. You gain the diplomat focus, and you gain the armsman focus. So you have stab as a bonus skill and talk as a bonus skill. You speak all languages and are completely fluent in them. You can re-roll 1s on any skill dice check related to negotiation and diplomacy. As an armsman, you can draw or sheath a stowed melee weapon as an instant action. You may add your stab skill to melee or thrown weapon damage rolls or shock damage, assuming it has any to begin with. I will note that does apply to knives, like the one you're carrying.
That sounds a lot like Van V's skill set right there.
You also have an HP of 7, and you have the shoot 0 skill.
Cool.
Okay, that's just some reveals. We're still nowhere near done with this donation. Dunamis has asked for another weapon for each character, so hold on a second.
This is before I knew we had weapons to begin with.
Yes, exactly. I now need each of you to roll a d20.
Can we use a +1?
Yeah, I think you obviously, I believe you better. And yeah, I'll tell you what, if you roll a 20 with the +1, I'll let you choose an artifact weapon.
Oh.
Oh my
Close,
God.
close but no cigar.
Oh, well,
Close but no cigar.
So I'll be happy with my plasma gun.
So
1, 2, 3. Kane, you get a conversion bow that drops out of the ceiling on top of you. Let's see here what that is. I think it's actually pretty high tech despite being a bow. It is literally a bow. Oh boy. I'm really slow at things down here with my unreadiness. Sophisticated conversion bows use special material to convert kinetic energy into a force field, glazing around the arrow, improving penetration. Okay, so it literally is like a TL4 like super bow. It's like a super crossbow.
That's cool.
Van V, you get a thunder gun. So this weapon deals 2d10.
Yes.
It when it fires, it goes and it causes targets to shake apart. It literally causes their bodies to collapse at a molecular level. If you hit a target with a 16 or higher on the dice roll, you deal an extra d10 of damage. It only has 6 rounds in the magazine, so use it wisely. And Quentin, 2, 3, 4, 5. A laser pistol comes out of the floor. Everybody else has had their guns drop on them, but you scrambling around on the ground, your right hand holding the knife, your left hand, a pistol just comes up and into your grip instantly. Just a little laser pistol.
Sweet.
Okay. Things are changing rapidly in your direction compared to these guys with broken chair pool cues, but we're also rolling for another random beast from Dunamis. So I believe we left off with Kane rolling 2d6 and Dunamis rolling a d10.
Like to use them.
Still in the first round of combat. Still in the first round.
Oh no.
I'm rolling 2d6.
2d6.
Wait, did I roll for how much it likes this? Or...
No, you roll for which monster it is.
Oh no.
Yeah, lower is very bad. I think 9 is another terrifying apex predator.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 9 on the.
A 9 means that it feels okay towards you. Okay.
It's just turned into
2 terrifying apex predators. No big deal. No problem. No problem. No problem.
Someone should really buy poor Trom some bathrobe armor.
No. Bathrobe is permanent.
From behind the gangsters and behind the robot, you can see that there is a gigantic dire octopus, almost like a kraken, wielding 8 knives, 1 in each of its tentacles, that begins wrapping itself around the robot and stabbing the robot. Right before it's about to stab, you see a bear attack the giant kraken. And the 2 of them begin doing battle, but they're also like looking at all of these fresh humans in the next room that seem really easy to murder. And there is an intelligence in their eyes that suggests that they've been genetically modified and realize what's going on, and that you guys are a lot easier to eat than each other is.
Oh no.
So, I'm now going to ask you what the 3 of you would like to do. I will say that from the bear, you get a good vibe.
Can I attempt to...
The robot is still intact. It is, however, being grappled and is trying to leave.
Can I grab the guy closest to me with the pool cue stick and try to shove him towards the octopus with knives?
Yeah, absolutely. I need you to roll a d20 plus your you have a 0 because you are an expert. So you're just rolling a d20 plus 0 plus your punch skill, which is also a 0.
0.
And you need to beat his armor class to push him into this.
I'm using another
+1.
I think I have 2 left.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
You go to push him, and again, your power armor does not make you stronger. You go to push him, and he goes,
confirms that.
"Hey, what the fuck, buddy?"
Man, this power armor. I need to like give it to Trom.
It's not going to make Trom any stronger either.
No, I just need to get rid of it. It's not helping me.
Hey, if you tell Tron that you want him to put on your armor, he'll do it.
Which of the 2? Well, I think you guys have a bigger things to worry about right now. Which of the 2 of you wants to go next?
I'll go. Bruce will.
You're lying on the floor. You have a gun in one hand and a knife in the other. And there is a man with a 9mm pistol pointed directly at you, standing over you. You're also injured.
Yeah.
There's a bear behind him, an octopus behind him, and between the 2 of them is a robot.
Remembering the whole armsman thing, he's going with the knife right now. He seems more, familiar, comfortable with that.
Okay.
Up towards this guy's,
You're gonna stab him in the groin, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because you have a +1 because you are a partial warrior.
Okay.
You have a 0 because you have stab. I believe. What was the thing about stabbing with armsmen? You add your stab rating to your damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 0, so it won't get you anything.
This is
but
gonna hurt.
You show.
oh yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
stab him. You stab him in the groin for sure. He doesn't have any armor. He's wearing a Victorian suit. So yeah.
Get aggressive.
Let's see how much damage this deals. How much does a knife do? The great news is if you missed with the knife, you would still deal damage because knives deal shock damage. Small permanent weapon deals 1d4.
Nice. Not enough.
Okay. You stab him in the groin. He takes a step back, but you slightly graze like his thigh, and you see him go, fuck, he just fucking stabbed me.
Good.
Little bitch.
Yeah, I know. Back it away.
Okay, Kane, you are lying on the floor. You are looking at the ceiling. You are holding a plasma projector. You don't know what's happening outside the door. There's just lots of screaming and wet noises of things being slashed.
I mean, last I saw was just 3 dudes in suits, and I have
Yes.
this bow and I have this plasma projector. So I'll sling the projector and stand up behind the counter with the bow and draw it and try to fire at the guy with the gun.
Okay. Excellent. Roll D20 plus 1 for being a warrior. Do you have the shoot skill? You don't know that, so you have a -1.
And I'll use one of my +1s.
That's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
You hit. Roll for damage.
I have no idea what my damage is on the conversion.
Conversion bow is a D8.
And I'll use another +1.
Okay.
Oh, that was fun.
You kill him instantly.
Nice.
You let go. It's not just the force of the bow like reclining. You can feel a gravity field assist moving along the string. This goes through the guy, out the other side, and then through a 1/2 inch of steel that makes up the door. He's pinned to the door that would open and close to get into here. Dies instantly from traumatic blood loss, and you realize you only had 1 arrow. You're now holding a bow.
Okay.
Okay. The 2 guys with sticks are going to try to take you down to the ground. Jay, they're going to try to wrestle you down to the ground. They're going to assist each other in the process. Yeah, they're taking you to the ground. See, they might not be able to beat you to death, but they can cause all of your joints to pop out and then twist your head around.
Can I like go limp because my suit is so heavy? I assume they can't then move me if I'm just like laying face down on the floor, like prone.
I will take away their +1 for that.
Yeah.
Okay. They get you to the ground. You fall down to the ground. You're like, hey, they're never going to see this coming. Your right arm is being forced behind your back. Your left arm is being forced behind your back. And one of them begins twisting your head sideways. And if they do this again next round, you're going to pop. And that's going to be it. We're not going to roll damage. You're going to die instantly.
Fair.
Okay.
So just like in the normal weekly series, I'm relying on Kane and Ludeman to save me.
Before I start checking for the bad guys, let me see if we got any more donations. You cannot believe how much I'm sweating here. The robot is going to just leave.
Octopus's knives. I didn't sign up for this. I'm out.
I throw Bowman.
The octopus is going to pick 1 of 5 people to pull outside. I'm going left to right. 1 is Dunamis. 2 and 3 are the guys that are on top of him. 4 is Kane. And then, 3 is going to be the gangster boss. 4 is Ludeman. 5 is Kane.
Even though
Okay. Dunamis, you have different problems now. You are no longer being wrestled to the ground. You feel yourself being slithered outside by your foot. You're like, what? No, I should be limp on the ground. And now there's a bunch of tentacles pressing in around you from every direction as knives begin stabbing at you. And again, you are encased in pre-tech armor. This octopus cannot damage you with the knives.
Would you say I'm still holding the thunder gun, or did I drop that in this?
No, you're still holding the thunder gun.
Oh my god, this is gonna be like a Men in Black scene.
Only if you hit it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
The bear is going to
important point.
look at you, Ludeman, and it is going to shoulder shrug its way in to the guy that's behind you and just take a fucking swipe at this person.
Yeah, remember
This-
the vaguely semi-friendly eyes is gonna kill the other guy.
Yeah, vaguely semi-friendly.
5.
I'll kill you last.
We got listen, you have time to negotiate. Okay, terrifying Apex Predator gets 2 attacks at +8.
Oh boy.
+8. Jesus.
Okay, the first one hits at 1d10 damage. Instantly kills him. Second attack, he's going to stuff that person's upper body into his mouth and start eating. So yeah, he just slices this guy. His chest collapses. He falls to the ground dead. 9mm gun soars out of his hand. The bear. He gets into that good stuff in the lower torso. You know, liver, spleen, kidneys, all the nutrients a growing, terrifying apex predator needs in order to, you know, survive when you're a genetically engineered super beast used in some sort of sick game.
I like to imagine in one swift motion, Trom drops the bow and catches the pistol that just went flying.
That everyone has acted so far. Before you get too spicy, Dunamis, while the knives don't work on you, it can just simply hold you here forever. It is much stronger than you. It is like a 20-foot tall octopus. And it has you. There's no escaping from this thing. It can eventually crush you to death. The three of you may choose to act now. What would you like to do? There is one guy who was on the floor wrestling, left alive. His target has been stripped from him. He is now lying on the floor. He has no weapons. There is a pistol between him and Ludeman, and there is a stick between him and Ludeman. Kane, you are holding a bow with no arrows.
And I am now witness to the fucking Kraken and Super Bear.
Yes.
I feel like
I want to imagine in the background of this, by the way, you can hear like a little doo-wop music playing, and you hear an announcement like, the Jello and Table Tennis Tournament is starting in 5 minutes. All guests are invited to the Ludo deck. Doo-wop, doo-wop.
I mean, I feel like you
absolutely fucking insane. There's gore flying in every direction. Like smooth music is playing. There's a guy in a bathroom holding a bow.
I'm
gonna take it
around this room. He's
Between,
doing some
like-
math.
I'm gonna take a drink. This has been insane.
I feel like between the gremlin roll and standing up and firing the bow, the bathroom is just swinging open now. He's got the sling.
The
plasma
rope has come
projector.
undone for sure.
Yeah.
I think
You're a wild man.
You know what?
I want to imagine it's a doo-wop version of the Friends theme song, by the way. Just randomly.
What are you
Dunamis.
guys doing?
What do you have?
I believe I am going to try to use my authority skill to yell at Smokey to come fight the octopus and save me so I can get away.
Okay. Let me reread how that works.
I speak bear all of a sudden.
The bear
Pretty
speaks. The bear speaks. Terran mandate.
There's
I'm trying to
some
explain to you. It's a
intelligence behind
genetically engineered super bear.
that. Part of that didn't you get?
You don't know what your charisma skill is, so you're just rolling lead. Do you have lead as a skill? Oh, yes, because you get it as a bonus action. Okay.
I can't use talk and roll. Okay.
I believe you rolled a 9 for its morale skill, so you need to roll a 9 on 2d6 with 0 skill in order to convince it.
This is my last one.
Okay.
Probably worth using.
You look it in the eye. You command it to fight this beast. It turns around to look at you, and you get the idea that you are now the next thing on the menu.
As if I'll be on the menu anymore.
Well, hopefully it fights the Kraken over the right to eat you first.
Ludeman, what would you like to do on the ground?
Around this carnage. He's getting up and he's beelining out the door. There's no good.
You have to go past the bear, past the man lying on the floor.
Do I have to actually directly go, like, you know?
You have to shimmy around something that's actively feeding. Yes.
Well, I just don't know where it is in the. Yeah, I mean, help me out.
It is. I want you to imagine that you fell back, right?
Yeah,
It is
right?
the beast is between you and the door, and then in the doorway is your friend slowly being sucked into a tentacle mass.
Okay.
Oh,
You
that's so
can't
nice. You
listen.
called me a friend.
There's nothing stopping you physically from getting around both of these creatures. I just need you to understand it's going to involve some shimmying.
All right.
Opportunity
I
attack
envisioned
to
this
the
slightly more
face.
open. Well, shoot. At that point, Bruce is gonna take a shot with the laser pistol he's got at the octopus, since it's the
Achoo!
scariest thing he sees.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll against this armor class.
All right. Well, let's see. I do have shoot. So,
Okay. That's good to have.
And
It is an armor class of 16.
at a +1. Ooh.
You physically hit it with the laser beam, it would be hard not to. And you could see a little burn mark. It stops clanking the knives against your bud as its whole body turns to fully face you in the frame.
Oh,
And the knives go from pointing in to pointing out towards you. And you could see that it is going to ram you with Unamis's body with the knives out first.
oh my god.
Isn't
Scramble,
there
scramble,
bear
scramble.
between them?
I-
though?
The bear is between them, but hey, the two of them have an
While
understanding.
shooting, he's moving backwards towards Trom, trying to force him into the situation.
Okay.
I just saved your life.
Yeah, exactly.
You
They're doing
back
it
up.
selfish.
Here's what happens, Bruce. You back up against the wall, you hit the wall, and the wall flashes behind you, and you can see that the wall that you've hit is like a view screen panel, and it feels cold. Your back feels cold when you slam up against this thing. And the wall is open black space in every direction with a black fucking hole. You're just like, oh shit, I'm backed up against the wall. This is bad.
Oh boy.
You also see the outside of the ship now, which is floating in orbit of a black hole, and there's a familiar-looking Omura 9 pirate asteroid nearby. What would you like to do, Kane? You've got a bow with no arrow. The arrow is in a door inside of a person. You've got a plasma projector that you aren't currently holding. There is a man lying on the floor outside the bathroom. And there's a giant octopus holding one of your friends. And there's a bear eating a man in the middle of the room. Yeah, it's absolute chaos in here. This is what happens when we do charity events. I feel like this is actually wilder than the Battletech nuke. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I think
This
so
is
too.
fun.
nuts.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drop the bow on the table and I swing up the plasma projector and I'm gonna shoot the Kraken.
All right.
It's
a 16 to hit.
Hard about it. And I will use one of my +1s on this.
Sure. Good time. Good time.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit. Roll for damage.
Now I need to not suck at this part.
Hey, just remember they have 48 hit points, and neither of them have taken any damage yet.
Well,
Okay.
and I did some damage.
That's a bit.
My favorite part about this is really the first time we've done any sort of combat and starts without numbers.
True. Yeah.
And I hope you're recognizing how strong you are, because you guys are the things that have 48 hit points right now. It has 39 hit points left and seems relatively unfazed from you hitting it with what is essentially like a man-pack PPC. This like drill of magnetically contained plasma energy hits the creature, one of its tentacles flies off, and it now turns slightly to face you and is going to body slam your friend into you. I'm going to check to see if we got any donations, and then I'm going to start the killing.
Still flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flapping,
Just
flapping.
flapping that rope, firing
Flapping
beams of
tentacles,
plasma.
flapping robe.
I'm going to have it throw one attack on Kane and then one attack on Ludeman. As it,
With my body, like Hulk.
yes,
smash
yeah,
it.
he's going to use the knives to attack, but he's got you wrapped up in the tentacles as well. So he's body slamming all of you against the wall while stabbing you with a knife. This is for Kane, and this is for Ludeman. Okay, Ludeman, that will miss you.
Yay.
Kane,
You. It misses me too.
okay, you're using your warrior. But you can wait to see the damage before you choose that.
Okay, sure, that's fair.
Okay, it's 7 damage. Would you like this to miss?
I have 9 hit
Yes.
points.
Yes, you will survive this attack. Barely.
I don't want this. It missed.
Okay. You use your warrior reflexes. Send Devastan, cyber reflex. You leave a copy of yourself behind as you slowly move away, barely dodging it, the knife scraping against you. Dunamis, you're being slain up against the wall over and over again. And
Sounds right.
your suit is getting kind of warm. It's almost like you can feel the tentacles on the outside as the Kraken is slowly smother crushing you.
Oh.
The bear
Sounds
continues
like
to eat.
do, you know, when the wasps invade, it surrounds them and vibrates till they.
Yeah. All right, so
I'm just
the
a
one
character
loose
telling
guy
me a
is going to
story.
pick up the semi-automatic pistol, and he's going to shoot Ludeman.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Why me?
That's a terrifying hell.
He misses you.
He misses.
He picks a
Guys,
pistol
poor
up.
Judgment.
He's just like, "Fuck you, dude!" He fires off 3 rounds and misses.
You're dumb as hell.
Oh man.
Dunamis, we're back around to you.
Yes, so I am being saved by the armor that
Undergun.
Soundwave got me, but being attacked by the octopus that Soundwave got me.
Correct. All of that is true.
I think I'm gonna take hold of this thunder gun and try to shoot the octopus directly in the mouth while I'm flailing around.
You made it.
You don't have to roll for damage. There's literally no case where you miss this shot.
Nice.
I'm going to ask you to roll because if you hit a 16, you get the extra D10.
So you're saying to roll the 2d6 or 1d?
No, you roll a D20, and on a 16 or higher, you'll deal an extra D10. But you literally can't miss. Your gun is a part of its body.
Okay. I don't have the shoot skill, so I imagine I have a penalty.
It's just unmodified roll of 16 or more on the die
Okay.
is the mechanic.
No.
Nope. Okay,
I want to
so
point out, I rolled really well for all the equipment and got the best equipment, but I'm yet to do anything with it.
I believe the damage is 2d10.
Rip it apart.
All of you feel your ears beginning to like pop, like you're working your jaw as you hear like the most Skrillex ass as you see the body of the octopus. It's been moving kind of weird the whole time, but now it's like Odin from Final Fantasy VIII. Its body is just kind of separating along a seam briefly before slapping back together. 13 points of damage. Okay. It has 26 hit points left.
It will now thrash me about like Hulk and Loki.
Ludeman, what would you like to do?
Oh boy. Well, I've got this laser pistol. It's the only thing I got, really. What's this bear doing?
It's eating.
I mean, it's just eating. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
It's getting into the groin area of that guy where you stabbed him earlier. He's getting all the delicious bits.
Perfect.
Rocky Mountain
Perfect.
oysters and other
Yeah.
such things.
That
Yeah.
was a treat for him. I enjoyed
Look,
it.
this thing is like a 2,000-pound bear. Can you imagine how many fucking calories it needs to eat in order to operate?
Well, look, Bruce is just doing his best to put distance and put a shot on this octopus.
Okay. If you would like to triple tap and use 3 points of ammunition, you get a +1 to the roll with an energy
Do more
pistol.
damage?
Yeah, it deals +1 damage as well.
You
Just
triple
+1.
tap
No,
a
no,
thunder
no.
gun.
Well, we're gonna hang on to it.
Okay, you fire one shot.
Yeah.
You need 16.
Use another +1.
You hit exactly with the
Yeah.
+1. You got that Dunamis
Yeah.
boost there.
We love it. Thank you. All right, what's the damage again?
I believe the damage is a D6 on a laser pistol.
I used to have one of those, I think.
So let's ask Van V because it's the only weapon he ever uses.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I maxed it out on the 6.
Okay.
Van V's laser pistol says it is 1d6.
Okay.
Beautiful.
It's down to 20 hit points, this octopus with knives. Kane?
Octo knives.
I'm gonna like throw myself down and try to shoot it again.
Okay.
Oh boy.
16.
Nope.
I really wanted to convince the bear, so this would be like bear versus Octo Wolf or something.
We're not doing Hollywood's job for making B- tier movies, okay?
Sharknado Octopus.
A fun game of robot or beast. That's like my favorite game. Tech CEO or homeless person. Okay.
Yeah.
The bear continues to eat. The octopus is now going to attempt to smother Dunamis to death.
How rude.
It needs to hit a 9 on this roll. It does not. It begins getting into your limbs. It starts like trying to snap your shoulder, like cracking into a crab. You know what I mean? It's trying to do that to you. And you're like a crab that's still alive and avoiding that from happening. Yeah, it only needs to win this situation once before you start losing limbs. Yeah. The guy with the semi-automatic pistol is going to shoot Ludeman again.
This guy has a problem with you.
Yeah.
It really does. I've done nothing.
He misses every shot, and on the last fire, the gun doesn't. He's out of ammo. He just keeps trying to click it.
Useless.
Fuck.
I'm imagining it. You're totally ignoring this guy, and he's just standing next to you trying to shoot you. He can't
Yeah,
hit you.
like,
without-
literally.
It's more likely than it sounds, honestly. Given the high tension and the close range of this firing,
A
yes.
lot of adrenaline.
There's a bear and an octopus.
Okay. That brings us around to the next round of combat. I'm checking for donations. Well, this will probably be the last round, and we'll do a little talk at the end.
They just
You never actually made it into the hallway is the amazing thing. You see this orange area? There's so many events. There's the Jello and table tennis area. I needed to have stuff just in case in case no one donated and there were no events. I needed to have like creepy horror stuff. You're not going to get to any of the horror stuff that I did. You're just trapped in the room.
I have a
The
confession.
donations have we're trapped
rain.
in the room with all the donations.
I mean, you said the encounters weren't bad. What was really bad were the beasts.
That's true.
Dunamis, you're up first.
Do it again. Do it again.
You can shoot again.
I'm gonna shoot it
Yeah.
again, but also
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have previously been Foundry. I've just been looking at a black screen this whole time.
Oh,
My apologies. You know what? That is probably true. Hold on a second. That makes me
You
feel
just
bad
said
because
this
I did.
orange room. I was
Yeah, I
We
did.
haven't gone anywhere, so it
Yeah,
hasn't
that's why I was like,
oh, there are things. I see the
Oh,
orange
yeah.
squares.
aha.
Oh man.
Well, this changes nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, you roll a d20. On a 16 plus, you deal an additional d10 of damage. Nope. Okay, so you're just doing 2d10 as you try to split this thing apart using your wump wump cannon. All right, 12 from 20 is 8 hit points left.
So close.
So close.
Can I jam my projector into the tentacle pile to try to like aggressively
miss.
work my way in and try to not miss?
Yes. I will allow this to automatically hit, but I will ask you to roll a d20, and on a 1, the gun is also destroyed.
Okay.
I could say on a 1 you shoot now.
So this is to see if the gun will die
Explode, yes.
after this is over.
Flex
It
it.
does not explode.
All right. You
Uh,
run up to the tentacle monster from behind, you into its rubbery flesh, you stick your plasma projector right up against it, and you fire.
for
it-
11 damage.
It explodes, and the smell of cooked meat goes in every direction as ink sprays all over your power armor as the dying beast's gore and ink completely covers you. And you now you're like a bog monster now. You just look like a dude covered in dripping black ink.
I'm also like imagining I just crawled up into this thing to explode it. I'm still just in the open bathroom with this
Yeah.
fucking gun.
Oh yeah, you're covered in gore as well now. It's fucking nasty.
You're in the
Ludeman.
bathrobe, but you look badass. I'm in a full metal tin suit, sprawled on the floor.
Lumen, did I ask you what you wanted to do yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, what's
the guy with
Bruschetta
the,
doing?
Like the
Just
one
go shoot
random
that
dude
other
in the
guy.
bear.
Yeah, there's still one guy left who has a gun that has no ammunition.
Covered in the pool of gore, Bruce is gonna just say "fuck this" and make a beeline for the door to the hallway.
For the door to the hallway? That's the last thing that happens in this scene is like you run out into the hallway and you like slip along the gore outside as you make your way into a scene with a whole bunch of box text we're never going to discover because this is where we're going to end things tonight.
Wait, but I had something important to confess. I'm now a vegetarian.
Wow. Friends, we raised $370 for Make-A-Wish International with the kids. This was crazy. I'm actually surprised we only drew from the encounter deck once. The encounter that we drew was the Trinity of the Trinity Corporate Alliance. Do you have any questions about what we did here tonight? Audience, I'll take questions from you as well, but the crew here, do you have any questions about what happened, the donations, the story that was happening here?
Who technically won?
Oh, and to be clear, I remember inviting your characters to come to this spaceship because you were going to be in a much more toned down version of this. You were going to be hunted by a creature called like the Thing, which actually is one of the cards from the event deck. Is the Thing? Its creature stats are gene engineered murder animal. What's the question? Who actually won? No, I mean, there is no winning the situation. So your group specifically was told less than other groups because they were trying, like the person who put you there was trying to kill you and didn't want you to have any chance of winning, but did want you to have the maximum amount of fear that you could.
I gotta say, I loved the setup of slowly revealing and getting more stuff as time went on. That was a lot of fun.
I love how no one got their stats at any point.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay. I also love how I made like two really normal characters, and then for Ludeman, I made some like broken ass, half warrior, half expert, super powered.
All those talks.
And I just had the laser pistol.
Meanwhile, I'm the guy in the bathroom covered in gore with a plasma projector.
Yeah. The gremlin was the MVP. We all knew it.
The gremlin fought so hard.
So the 6 encounters were the Monster, Trinity Corporate Alliance, Warrior, King, Shock SWAT, 8 is Great, and Soldier Boy. 8 is Great is just 8 regular guys. I mean, but honestly, 8 regular people without guns could still beat most of you up.
Is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, 2 normal guys almost popped my head off. An octopus saved me.
I don't know that saved you.
I was very happy that I got a little shield projector so I could continue to run around in the robe and just keep memeing with the robe. And I had a note where I was like, okay, so I had 6 rounds of the plasma projector and X arrows. After I make the shot, I should probably ask how many I have.
It's funny.
You had the one you needed.
To save your life, yeah.
You're being an AP.
You did have the one you needed. Only one shot necessary. Wild. Absolutely insane. I'm honestly surprised that we just played that game. I'm sweating so much right now.
Yeah,
that was great.
Oh man.
We'll do it again.
I'm glad that there was a lot of donations. And they all happened so early that this turned into such a clusterfuck.
The second when you said Soundwave summoned a beast, I was like, crap. Because I knew I had already submitted one.
I'm glad we got donations. I was really worried we weren't going to get any more donations. So the fact that we not only met our goal, but almost 50% past it. Audience, you're great. This charity is great. Make-A-Wish is legitimate. And I just want to say thank you for all of you helping boost me in the only way I can compete against my very real arch rival, John Cena. There are no categories except donation and fundraising where I can compete directly against this man. One of these days, I'm going to take him down.
Oh my gosh. Now we got to get him to donate.
That's my Make-A-Wish, is a one-on-one donation battle versus John Cena.
Solaris Knights
Oh
101.
my
battle.
gosh.
Solaris Knights? You want John Cena on Solaris Knights? We had a John Cena character on Solaris Knights.
You did.
No.
I think it was the first guy I faced. You did this. I was like, oh, I know that one.
Are we good to do our regularly scheduled show next week? I know it's been a while.
Arena night.
I'm good next week.
We can do this again next time Make-A-Wish asks me to do something.
Yeah.
This was
It's
a
a
lot
solid
of
setup.
We could even just pick up the same characters again. There's still reveals that haven't happened yet.
I just finished
And
watching
somehow-
Alice in Borderland, which is like this whole setup, right? Like
and somehow, despite the efforts of the donations, none of us are dead yet.
yeah.
Barely any of you took damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of us got grazed
We
in
did
the
well.
side of the head. And that was it.
If we
It's
didn't get that
wild.
armor, it would be a little different.
Oh my god, yeah.
Not that Trom needed it, no. Trom had
Trom
like,
didn't-
plot
Trom-
armor, I believe.
Yeah, Trump didn't even activate his shield. He just sort of like, yeah, he just had to stand his way out of that.
The narrative demanded that Trom lived, and
Yeah.
so he did.
I like
We
how
we had to get the slow-mo scene with the bathrobe flapping as he dodged the tentacles.
Exactly.
The doves got released in the background.
Oh yeah, John Woo, 100%. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
I
While
love
doo-wop music was playing. Yeah, of course.
the balance and strength between the weapons, the armor, and then the support stuff.
The doves were flying strategically in front of the camera, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
flap
yeah.
is important. Yeah.
Just imagine if one of us had actually had program. in
We gotta
that
keep it
program
PG-13.
one of the robots.
Yeah, exactly. For the kids.
Like that
Claptrap,
would've
get
been
back here.
useful. We also could have popped out your solar panel backpack to take up space in front of the door to block the door or something.
No, you gave the solar panel backpack to the evil butler,
Yeah,
which
The Marauder.
Tice called the butler Henley, so
I was just thinking of uses, just coming up
Yeah.
with ways that we could have used the items. I did like it being like, here, have my contraband. And he was like, okay.
Thank you.
I think if we do this again, though, I would want to do the same setup, but with a different group of people on another level of the ship.
Yeah.
And do the reveals of like, okay, here's the scary murder room you're in, and let's figure out who your characters are.
That could be fun.
I had to make up new fake names for it. So I did the backstories for everybody and attached your backstories to each of the reveals, which honestly that was like 90% of the prep was doing that. And then making the rolling charts. But I had to make fake names for each of Dunamis's backstory reveals to indicate that he was a truly sociopathic liar.
Yes. Baloney.
Muggsy baloney.
Baloney.
Perfect.
Good.
Gilroy Savcrest.
The only thing I tried talking to was a bear.
A genetically engineered super bear.
It
He
is
did not appreciate
it.
Ah. It still doesn't somewhere.
Yeah, it's still thinking about you.
Listen, it's got to
Eyeing
eat.
me as if
Okay.
it's eating. Don't go anywhere. Your dessert.
Yeah.
I really like the idea that like we don't even shoot that last guy. Like the octopus explodes just in time
Yeah.
for the bear to go, time for my next snack, and grabs him, and we
Exactly.
just quietly walk out like, hey, we
That
got
was
no
exactly
problem
my
with this.
reasoning.
I don't know if you've ever eaten ribs before, but it takes a lot longer than 20 seconds to eat a rack of ribs, okay? And we're talking about a full human male, okay? So you got to give the bear some time to enjoy its meat. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to deal with that last guy. You can't just pretend the bear is going to solve all of your problems, all right? This is not Deus Ex Barina.
But yeah, I do
That's
like
fair.
I like the idea of us just quietly stepping in the hallway, leaving the bear to continue his meal.
I use my sneak skill in power armor covered in ink.
Squelching our
Man.
way through the
Yeah.
intestines at the doorway.
Honestly, being covered in ink probably actually does make you more stealthy.
Makes me easier, harder to see, but certainly more slippery in power
Yeah,
armor.
and while you guys are wearing your armor and uniform, stepping through the intestines, poor Trom is still barefoot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's just so good.
That's the point where Trump starts covering himself in it. It's like, I'm disguising myself.
Yeah. Oh,
Disguising myself as a shambling horde of blood and organs, of course.
Take your shield off, use it as like a what do
Yeah,
you call
just-
those things?
he just
Where you
throws
like
some gore
slide
on
on
it.
it.
Throw some gore at himself, and then as soon as another fight starts, he just falls over and pretends
Yeah,
like he's
exactly.
a ripped corpse.
Oh, perfect.
Wow.
Nobody's gonna suspect the bad.
What a trick. What a deception. Hey, that guy over there collapsed and died on the spot.
He
He's
looks
seen
real
some
bad.
stuff.
Maybe he just barely dragged himself in here.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to make sure each of you was from a different planet we hadn't seen before.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really neat when I was like, okay.
I like the through the jump gate. Peek.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, for the first one, I was like, okay, I'm not sure where I am.
You're from the Empyrean Empire, yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that one I don't really know. And then I was like, okay, I know the jump gate. I know the prisoners work in the jump gate. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I understand now.
There was another scene we didn't get to where during your sentencing hearing, they erased your knowledge of their language as a punishment
Mm.
and other childhood memories. And they were all being unlocked because of the drugs that these guys put you under. So there was going to be a moment where you were like, oh, you remember all the things in the childhood you haven't remembered in like 2 decades. It's like a really touching moment. But also, you're basically in hell right now. And I'm so grateful that at the last minute I got to say, also, yeah, Ludeman isn't just like a nice charity worker. He's actually like a super corrupt.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, I did appreciate the rise to the warlord thing.
Yeah.
And that the trip here was paid for by that warlord, so he set
Right.
you up to die here.
Oh, exactly. Deserved.
For the smallest of moments, I was like, I think my guy's mission is to go find the guy that set him up. And I was like, nah, we're never gonna leave this room. It's okay.
You never did leave this room.
I know our stuff.
I did notice that you definitely wanted to know who set you up, and I was like, that's not how this story goes. You're never leaving here alive.
Yeah.
Dead man walking.
I think it's so funny that you were the first one to make it to the fridge.
That was good.
Just to destroy that evidence.
I would have shot at you, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to get
I
out.
found out that you were corrupt.
Yeah, exactly.
Any closing thoughts for tonight's truly wild session? Anything you want to say to the audience who put us through this?
Thank you.
I want to echo that. Yeah, thanks, audience.
Yeah,
This was fun.
part of what brainstorming this whole concept, I was anticipating that it would be very chaotic, and thank you, audience, for making this far more chaotic than I imagined.
I feel like I'm going to need to take extra blood pressure medication tonight, for sure.
You tried to race through all the rolls. And
Yeah, you did a solid job keeping us on pace.
God knows how much RP I could have had with a bear if you didn't.
Dynamis, thank you for that. I've had a lot of situations with a lot of people in tabletop role-playing games. I've never heard someone demand to have an RP situation with a bear before. That's fresh. That's new here. You're not even a druid is the weird thing.
Well, it changed everything when you were like, it can understand you and speak terror. And I was like, holy
Changed
shit.
everything.
Yeah.
It's Dunamit's quote.
It's changed everything. And then he didn't listen anyways.
That's really good, though.
Too funny.
I love it.
Too funny.
Okay.
Thank you, audience. That was a lot of fun.
We're going to call it a night so I could stop sighing. We also did take a break in the middle of it because it was so
Yeah.
fucking wild.
That was the right move.
We'll see you for the next episode when we see you, which will pick up with a moment of a man currently being choked to death. So, you
Not
know,
by an octopus.
not by an octopus, instead by
Or a
his
bear.
father. Yeah. By his, kind of father.